What's up everyone, this video is a little different. Imagine you're on an airport and you see a Cessna in the distance, but there is a tsunami coming, so you need to leave the space as soon as possible. Well, I'm going to show you the basics on how you can start, take off, fly and land the plane. When entering the plane, this is what the cockpit looks like. So there's a lot of buttons, but I'm going to explain everything you need to know. Normally you have to check a bunch of stuff before you can start the plane, but we're going to skip that because a tsunami is coming. I'm going to hide the yoke real quick so you can see everything. So make sure before starting to engage the parking brake, like this, it is set. You have to check the fuel shutoff off, that it is completely open, like this. And the fuel selector has to be set on both, like this. The first step is turning on the battery master and the alternator master.
Okay.
So normally you now have to prime the engine, but we're going to go ahead and skip it because we don't have time for that because of that tsunami. But normally you have to do it. So to quickly start the engine without priming it, you have to make sure the mixture is all the way in on 100%. You can go ahead and turn the key to the right and the engine will start. And we're going to turn on the avionics for the GPS, the transponder, radio and autopilot. And we're actually good to go. So to turn the plane off, you do everything in reverse. The avionics off, mixture all the way out. You can turn the key back and the battery master. So a quick little recap. Make sure this is set correctly. Mixture always in. Master's on. Turn the key. Everything looks good. And turn the avionics on. Go to taxi. Turn the taxi lights on.
TOS system test. Okay.
Okay, that's awesome. Release the parking brake. And these are the rudder pedals. This is what they accomplish. So you use the rudder pedals to steer when taxiing. You want to go to the left, you do this. To the right, you do this. You can also brake with the rudder pedals by pushing them. Or one by one is also possible. So to taxi, just increase the throttle a little. And you will go forward when you have released the parking brake. So you can steer like this. Here the lights are on. If you want to go faster, you increase the throttle, but we need to make a turn, so I'm going to slow down a little. Make a shortcut. And just slowly go to the airport. We're almost there, so let's slow down. Turn on the yellow line and hit the brakes. So before taking off, you need to make sure the trimmer is set to neutral, just like here. As you can see, it's set to take off. You can turn the trimmer like this, but it has to be like this to take off. And another thing you need to make sure is that the flaps are up. These are the flaps, and they have to be all the way up when you see outside. Flaps are all the way down, like this. But to take off, they need to be all the way up. So let's turn off the taxi lights, and on the strobe lights. And we're good to go. So to take off, just slowly increase the throttle. You can push it all the way. Adjust with the pedals. So you go straight. And when you're going about 60 knots, which you can see on the screen on the left, we're going 30, 40. You can slowly pull back on the yoke. We're going 60, let's go 70. And you can slowly pull back. And you're airborne. On the right of the screen you can see my height. We're almost at 300 feet. And we're going to go to about 1,500 feet, I think. Maybe a little higher. Also, a little rule for aviation that you need to know is that when you go up, your speed goes down. And when you go down, your speed goes up. So increasing the throttle doesn't necessarily mean increasing the speed, but rather increasing the height. So when you just increase the throttle, you go up. So let's go up a little more. Beautiful. Let's go straight. Let's turn the yoke back to visible. Okay, and now when I let go of the yoke, you see my nose goes down. So here you need to set the trimmer. Now I'm turning the trimmer, I'm not touching the yoke. And I set it so I go straight without touching the yoke. So when you look here, the trimmer, I turn it, my nose goes down or up. So So now I'm not touching anything and the plane is flying itself. There's a little wind, so I need to adjust for that by turning the yoke to the left sometimes. Now we're almost at 2,000 feet, so I'm going to decrease the throttle so we won't go up that fast anymore. Right. And if I go down now, you will see my speed increases very fast. And when I go up, speed decreases very fast. So I'm going to go ahead and make a turn to the left by just turning the yoke. And let's head back to the airport. So let's turn the landing lights on, because we're going to land. We need to go straight on the airfield, so I need to make another turn in a moment. Let's decrease the throttle to go down a little. So we're still at 1,600 feet. Only make a turn. Yeah. Going to make a 90-degree turn in a moment. I can go straight on the airfield. And for the landing, the flaps become very useful, because when you turn on the flaps, you slow down and your height decreases also. For example, now I can turn on the flaps, that little knob there, put it on 10 degrees. I will slow down and go down a little faster. Landing slides are on, everything looks good. I'm not going too fast. My height is decreasing. I'm just not going straight yet. So let's fix that. At least try to fix it. Slow down. And just try to head on straight for the airfield. 500 feet. Let's pull back on the throttle. We're heading straight for the airfield. Let's put the flaps a little down to 30 degrees. Going 70 knots, which is perfect for a landing. Let's go for the yellow line. Just gently pull the nose up so the back wheels touch first, and afterwards you can touch down with the front wheel. Pull back and the front wheel. And that's everything. You can hit the brakes or taxi to your destination. Pull the throttle back. And everything looks good. But thanks for watching, guys, and see you next time.